The month of June also happens to be the Pride month, and today I come before you as a psychiatrist who's passionate about the power of embracing diversity and inclusion in our personal as well as professional lives. Now, in a world where differences are abundant, I think it's our responsibility to foster an environment that celebrates and which values the very unique contributions of every individual. Today, I'm going to invite you to come on this journey with me on understanding as we explore the significance of diversity and inclusion and why it's important in the times to come. To start with, let's recognize that diversity extends far beyond just the surface level characteristics. It encompasses the rich tapestry of human experience, which embraces differences in race, in ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, age, religion, abilities, and much beyond that. It is thought that this lens that we can only it's only through this lens that we can actually appreciate the inherent beauty and the strength which is found in the mosaic of this humanity. Now, think about the world of technology. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Apple, they thrive on innovation and cutting edge advancements, and they understand that diversity fuels creativity and drives their success. By actively seeking individuals from very diverse backgrounds with very different perspectives and experiences, they are able to develop absolutely groundbreaking products. And these new services that cater to the needs of a much wider range of users. Also, in the field of medicine, now doctors and researchers, they are increasingly recognizing the importance of diversity in clinical trials, especially in research studies, and the inclusion of diverse racial as well as ethnic populations in medical research. Because this enables us to better understand how diseases manifest, how they respond to treatments in different groups of humans. Now, this knowledge is crucial in developing more effective and more equitable healthcare interventions that address the specific needs of a diverse patient population. When we try to look at the arts and entertainment industry, what we have seen is a powerful movement towards inclusivity and representation. Films, recent films, movies like The Black Panther and Crazy Rich Asians have shattered quite a few stereotypes. And they have also showcased the incredible talent and the richness of diverse communities. Now, these films not only resonate with audience worldwide, but also pave a way for more diverse storytelling and increased opportunities for underrepresented voices in every industry. Now, in the corporate world, companies are recognizing that there's an immense value of diversity in the workforce. Now, multinational corporations like Coca-Cola, IBM, Procter and Gamble have implemented diversity and inclusion initiatives which aim to attract and retain top talent from diverse backgrounds. These organizations understand that diversity teams foster innovation, they enhance decision making process and contribute to increased profitability overall for all these companies. Now, beyond the professional sphere, if we were to reflect on personal lives, consider the enriching experiences we have when we engage with people from different cultures and backgrounds. Traveling to a foreign country, tasting new cuisines, or participating in local cultural festivals allows us to broaden our perspective and challenges our preconceived notions. These interactions deepen our understanding and appreciation of the diversity that exists in our global community. Now, these examples illustrate the tangible benefits which can arise from embracing diversity and inclusion. Now, by recognizing that the value and the unique contributions of each individual from different backgrounds, we can actually create a world that is more vibrant, that is more innovative, and at the same time, more harmonious. Embracing diversity means acknowledging that every individual process has reflections and lessons for a larger set of talents. And these different perspectives and backgrounds are the ones where innovations flourish. As fresh ideas emerge from the blending of different minds, as inclusive environments that honor and encourage diverse voices, we unlock the full potential of our communities, of our organizations, as well as our societies. Let's not forget that insidious influence of unconscious biases are deeply rooted stereotypes and prejudices. They often manifest in our thoughts and actions, and they stop our efforts towards diversity, inclusion, and openness. Now it's necessary that we engage it with introspection while we challenge the biases with open hearts and minds. We will create a space where all individuals can thrive, irrespective of societal norms or preconceived notions. Now, these inclusive environments are not merely spaces where people coexist, but these are environments where individuality feel a sense of belonging. Now, this inclusion will demand active engagement, empathy, and the courage to listen and learn from one another. Now, when we foster inclusive cultures, we forge newer connections, we build trust, and we strengthen our social fiber. As a mental health professional, I do understand that diverse backgrounds impact mental well being. Cultural context significantly shapes an individual's experiences, their perceptions, and the expression of emotions. Now, by recognizing and appreciating these nuances, we can provide more effective and culturally sensitive care, ensuring that no one feels marginalized or misunderstood. Now, consider support groups for individuals with mental health challenges. Now, these groups often emphasize inclusivity, and they talk about a free, safe space for individuals with different backgrounds to share their experiences and to seek understanding and receive support. But by embracing diversity within these groups, people are able to connect. And those who may have different perspectives and coping strategies will lead to a richer and more inclusive support network that promotes mental well being. From the field of therapy, mental health professionals now recognize the importance of cultural competence and understanding the unique experiences of diverse individuals. Now, by putting in these simple methodologies in the therapeutic approaches, therapists can provide more tailored to fit and effective care. Now, the therapists who understand the impact of cultural factors on mental health can be in a better position to help their patients from, say, marginalized communities, helping them navigate the challenges which they may face and address any unique cultural deviation or oddity which may be present. Now, furthermore, mental health organizations and initiatives have started to address the specific need of different populations. Now, mental health resources and support systems specifically tailored to the LGBTQ plus community will recognize the unique challenges that they may face in creating a space where they can talk without fear of judgment or discrimination. Now, this approach acknowledges the importance of intersectionality and also strives to provide targeted support that promotes mental well being for all. Now, workplace environments which prioritize these basic concepts of diversity and inclusion contribute to better, positive, excuse me, to better and more positive mental health outcomes. Now, companies that value and support employees from diverse backgrounds are better able to foster a sense of belonging and psychological safety. Now, when promoting inclusivity, these organizations try to create an environment where individuals can bring their authentic selves to work. And this leads to higher job satisfaction, lower stress levels, and overall better functioning. On a very broader scale, advocacy efforts now have been instrumental in raising awareness about mental health disparities and disproportionalities and how it affects certain communities. Organizations and individuals are now coming together to challenge those systemic barriers which hinder access to mental health resources for a more diverse population. By amplifying these voices and by advocating for change, we work towards creating the kind of society which can help people of all colors and hues to thrive. Now, these examples, I'm sure, must have, in certain ways, created a certain image of how inclusiveness and diversities can be interwoven into our day to day life and life at work. We, of course, cannot ignore the existence of mental health disparities. We know that certain communities and certain cultures specifically face significant barriers to accessing mental health services. And these inequalities make the health outcomes more negative and more difficult to achieve for any population group. Now, it's our duty to advocate for a more equal and equitable access to care. We should challenge these systemic obstacles and try to eliminate the stigma which is associated with seeking support. Now, diversity and inclusion do extend much beyond our professional lives. These are just a set of values which should now permeate every aspect of our existence. By understanding diversity in our personal lives, we enrich our relationships, we broaden our perspectives, and develop a deeper understanding of the world around us. Inclusive communities flourish when we embrace the inherent worth of every individual and appreciate the beauty that arises from our collective differences. As I close today's talk, I would briefly want to summarize the key points. Firstly, diversity extends beyond surface level characteristics and it encompasses a wide range of perspectives, experiences, and backgrounds. Inclusion is about creating an environment where every individual feels valued, respected, and a sense of belonging. Embracing diversity and inclusion will foster innovation. They increase creativity and lead to better decision making in personal and professional settings. Unconscious biases can hinder diversity and inclusive efforts. So it's crucial to actively challenge and address our own biases. Culturally sensitive and inclusive care is essential in psychiatry and psychology to meet the unique mental health needs of individuals from different backgrounds. But let's also recognize that mental health disparities exist, and embracing diversity involves advocating for equal access to mental health care for marginalized communities, especially. Inclusive language and communication will promote understanding. It will increase trust and create empathy amongst diverse individuals. There are tangible benefits to be had in various fields, including technology, medicine, arts, and even the corporate setting. When we embrace diversity in our personal lives and enrich our relationships, broaden our perspectives, we also enhance our understanding of the world. Now, mental health and mental well being is positively influenced by embracing diversity and inclusion, and we have more than enough evidence of it. Now, we can also create inclusive support groups, culturally competent therapy, workplace inclusivity, and advocacy efforts for all communities. I request that each and every one of you take up the mantle of diversity and become ambassadors of change in whatever capacity and however we can. Let us actively challenge our own biases. Let's create more inclusive environments and definitely advocate for equitable access of mental health to all who need it. Thank you so much. See you next month.